Alright, now I'm good to go. So, I just did a video about nothing. Again. But it was so cute because you see my cute little doggy just being cute, and then there's a frog, and I pulled him out of the pool, and it was just cute. So cute. I love it. I love living these things. Anyway, I want to talk about something. This has to do with my family and personal issues, and yeah, I don't want to, what do they call it? Show people your dirty laundry, or what do they call it? Something like that. I don't know exactly, revealing my dirty laundry. I don't want to get too personal and stuff, but I want people to know something. This has to do with parents, how they treat their children in a I don't want to say a falsely loving manner. See, I used to call this hateful love, but that's just going too far. I'm just going to get into it. This is what I've seen, and within my family, I have seen this. Now, when I was a young man, my sister, well, unless you're in your 50s or 60s, then I am a young man to you. When I was a kid, oh no, I can still be a kid to you. When I was yay big, it's better. My sister was always mean to me, and since my parents brought me home from the hospital, my sister hated me like that. She always been jealous, always wanting attention and all this. So what happens here is my parents see an issue with her as far as her jealousy towards me, and how she would do things and lie and say that I did them. And my whole life I grew up being a very good young man, never lying or anything like that. I was always afraid of going to hell, and I never wronged my parents in any way. And my sister did it all the time. She just didn't care. So what happens here is my sister tries to get me in trouble. Well, she doesn't really try. She pretty much tells my dad, hey, he just changed the channel, and I didn't want him to because I was going to watch this movie while he's flipping through channels, which happened. I'd be flipping through channels. Before I know it, my dad comes in, bam, I get smacked. Actually beaten. And what it was here is I got hurt so much, so frequently, and so many beatings all the time from my father, for no reason at all, that every day I would be in my room just scared, shaking, waiting for him to come home. Now, I wasn't allowed to go to school, and I was locked in my room all the time. Now, this had an effect on me that was very harsh, but I still grew up to be a loving person because what happened to me, I decided I didn't want other people to feel pain, so I actually didn't get anger or aggression at the world like my sister did. My sister just became so hateful, but here's what it comes down to. My parents, the way they treated her, and this can be in a situation like this or any other situation, but what it comes down to is this. If you're a parent, it is your spiritual obligation, it is your God-given duty to raise your child right, and when they are wrong, to subdue the situation and show them what to do correctly. Now, today I'm seeing a lot of this stuff happen specifically with women and their daughters. And with women and their daughters, I see that they're a lot more frequently, like every girl I've gotten with, has been so difficult to talk to her on a godly, wisdom, moral manner, because so many girls' mothers no longer show their daughter love and compassion by guiding her, but by agreeing with that child, with no matter what that child says. Now, I've seen this happen with guys also, but not very often. Not often at all. But with girls, I see it all the time. Because they're daddy's girls, and daddy doesn't really want to punish them or spank them or anything, and mom is always supportive of her, even if what the girl is doing is wrong. If she's getting herself in some kind of trouble, or she's hurting someone in some way, the mom will always back up the daughter, because the thing here is, the mom wants to be the daughter's friend, not guide the daughter. And this, believe it or not, destroys and separates their bond. They'll be together more, And that daughter will talk to her mom more, but she does not respect her mother anymore. Do you see what I mean? She views her mom as an equal. If you're a father or a mother, and this is happening with either one, with your children, this is a problem. You're keeping your child from maturing. And today, my sister's 32 years old and has the mentality of a 12-year-old. Very aggressive, very difficult for her. She always thinks she's a victim. She's not capable of understanding things or accepting things when something does not go her way. If she goes to a store and there's the smallest problem, she blows up at those people. She gets loud, she gets aggressive. Because the thing is her parents taught her when something does not go your way, whine and cry, and the people will give in. Because that's exactly what her parents did. When she was a child, she learned if she was loud and obnoxious and screaming and yelling, that the parents were not going to correct her behavior, but give in to her behavior. So, once again, it comes down to this. All parents out there, you are not your child's best friend. You are your child's parent and spiritual guidance. This is not your right. This is your obligation that God has given you. And if you do not succeed, and you just go off and let your kids do whatever, especially I've seen so many people, as soon as their children turn only 18 years old, they're like, she's a legal adult, she can do what she wants. I know this girl, Helen Castaic, since she was about 13, 14 years old, her mom let her run around and do whatever she wanted. That girl's so mature now because she went out experiencing the world alone by herself without guidance. That at that point in her life, for brain development, what you need is guidance from your parents. It's not until you're an adult in your 20s is when the brain will be conditioned to the guidance that those people's parents imprinted on their children. But if you set your children out without guidance, but just to experience things and learn from experience, because of just spirituality and psychology, you'll see that those children do not mature. They are always prideful and always think that they know everything because of what they've experienced. And they'll never know other people's experiences who've lived longer, who has wisdom. And now they will reject everyone's information and always think they're right. And they'll sit down and they'll act like they're listening, but then they're always going to tell the other person why that person's wrong. Because they've been conditioned to believe that they're right no matter what. And this is what this will lead to. Once again, to everyone out there, guide your children. Because they'll get to the point where they're going to be too old for you to guide them anymore. And they will think that they know everything, and they will not respect you. And there will be no reason for them to respect you. Once they reach a certain age, and they've already gotten away with everything in their life, and you've never taken your parental role, you've lost it. They'll never see you in that light. They'll always see you. Instead of here they are, here you are. They don't see themselves up here, but they see you down here with them. That will be your fault for anyone out there. This is becoming completely out of control, and it's happening everywhere through the United States and through a lot of areas through Europe and Australia. Don't even get me started. People's mentalities are all messed up, and wisdom is becoming a luxury. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.